Morning everyone on this Monday. I just want to try and explain to people. I'm not being negative to people. I want people to comment and I want people to. It's just a bit. It's difficult to explain to people right now due to. Okay, I'll give for instance. I just had a comment on YouTube, which is fine. On a lady said about this area wasn't big enough for the amount of dogs I had. Not on this one, any of my recent videos. It was on the dominant one. That's when the dogs was puppies. They were small dogs then. Well, they probably was a fair decent size to most dogs, but they were puppies. They weren't even a year old. It was only, I think it was only about 3 months old, 4 months old. I can't remember. But what I'm trying to explain to people, right. This area you see here. Look at them now. Look. Right, so there's 5 dogs here, 5 dogs, right, so there's 5 siblings, right, there was 6, one female has died, which was Hyena. Now she's the one I'm trying to explain this video to make it a bit more, so people understand my circumstances, and understand that everything I've done, I've tried, and yeah, it's fine now, but I just wanted people to, I've got to explain, right, so there was 6, 3 males, 3 females. So we've got Kai's a male, Oreo's a male, Bear's a male. We've got Star and Blackie now, and we used to have Hyena. Hyena died at 2.5 years old. Don't actually know the reason why. I could have had an autopsy, but then she would have had to go to Debrecen Hospital, where they have human people. They also do. I'm not saying you give your family away to them, but they do autopsies there, and they do farm animals. And what it is, because Debrecen is like a big hospital. It's a big training hospital, so a lot of Nigerians go there, and everybody from all over the world go there. You know, Debrecen is a massive hospital, really clever. I mean, I've got to admit, doctors out here are brilliant. You know, doctors and whatever here, and the hospitals are brilliant. They get down to the point. You know, you're not only stupid queuing or waiting around, because obviously the population is not as busy as England. I'm using England as a definition, because, so I'm just doing a bit of a clean up, because I lived in England. I am officially British stroke Hungarian. I'm dual citizenship, but obviously my family's Hungarian as well. But I was born in England. But what I'm trying to say to you is that these dogs, this area, what you see here, right, they're happy with it, I'm not happy with it, but they'll be a lot happier when they've got mum. So they've got this area, but they've also got this area, which I've not undone the gate yet. Now, what I'm trying to explain to you, you'll go in here, you'll all walk around here to have a look, they're just looking at me now, but as soon as I walk around here, they'll come. They've got this area, so now you've got to imagine that they had this area, all of this. There was no gate there. That went straight round to the front where the mum and dad is, straight into the garden. They had all the garden. Now, this is what I'm trying to explain to people. And then, even when I had a trellis here, I mean, if you look, I'm not lying about it. Can you see there's actually no wooden trellis in there no more? Look, it's just one piece of wood. I've had to put all this this is expensive, this is. About £40, £50 a piece here, one of these. Bit like what I've done at my other house, that's why that was expensive. So that gate was always open, there was no gate here. So what they did, they had all the perimeter of the house, garden and everywhere to run. They loved it, they chased each other around all day long. But then, they could sleep. Now obviously, if you look at them now, they're not interested in even going there. They'll go there for another shit probably. He's probably had a shit there. They've had a shit, but he's probably going to have another shit. Right, it's just so difficult to explain to people. So look, they're probably going. That's the 2 females. That's Star and Blackie. So what's happened is the two dogs I rescued, what was absolutely full of worms, from a gypsy guy near Budapest. Should have seen the dogs. When I got there, the guy tried to clean up quickly, and I had to take these 2 dogs. And believe it or not, I paid over the odds for the dogs here, just to get the dogs. And I thought, well, I'll have them. And they are lovely dogs, but now they're in the house now. But they used to be out here. So let's just say that the 2 dogs in the house are 2 months older than these. So when Suki, the mum at the front, these was born, when they were little and they was in the house, Hunter and Luna, the 2 in the house, the runs are rescued, they were playing out here with their mum and dad, and they'd run all the way around. I've got videos of them in the snow. I'll try and put the videos up. But then I've got a lot of videos also in the garden. Now, specifically due to the comment I've just had, I've got no negativity about it, and I do know how messaging comes across, and I do know when you're writing things comes across. It can always sort of come across negative, even if it's not. And I give you a scenario with that. This is why some people prefer to talk face to face or talk than rather messaging, because the messaging can become blunt sometimes, even if it's not. And of course you're going to get keyboard warriors on YouTube. That is the part of it, and that's why I've never turned my comments off, because I want comments, whether positive or negative. But what I'm trying to say to you is, to the old, they've had a shit. So they've had under there. So I've been outside. It's only boiling hot. Sun's out. It's only 7:30. Absolutely boiling. So they had the old garden and everything. So they used to sit down and play in the pond, jump in the pond. Not this pond. There used to be the other pond. What used to be there. Now what happened was, as the dogs got, when all these dogs got bigger and I brought them outside when they were puppies, those 2 in the house, obviously because they was with the parents a lot outside, I think they got a bit, because they're like adopted puppies. So Suki, the mum and dad, do treat them like their own puppies, because they were so young. There was only, I bet there was only, 3 months old. No, they weren't 3 months old, sorry, 3 months old. 6 week old they were. They were 6 week old, them puppies, when I got them. They probably weren't even that, but I had to take them away because what they were living in was terrible. And so my girlfriend's talking to somebody, because now we're asking people who, because obviously we're getting rid of the house. This house is going. Because I don't want to be at the other house 400 kilometres away and having to keep coming back to this house to check on it, because once people know nobody's in this house and there's no dogs here, things are going to happen. I know that for a fact. So I'd rather it just go to somebody. And just quickly, I'd rather it go to somebody who likes wildlife. You know, I've got storks nesting out there where there were none before. And another thing I just want to say to you regarding dogs, when you think of like a German Shepherd, look, they're looking at me going, you know, they haven't really got many years, have they? Let's just say, do the maximum 15 years, and that's like a max in it, really. A lot of dogs die when around, even before 10. Look, I got a dog, one died at 2.5 years old. Don't know the reasons. But when you think of a stork's lifespan could be up to 35 years, 30 years, 20 years. I'm not saying that they're all going to live that, because they're wild. And from here, they have to travel to Africa. And it's absolutely ridiculous amount of thousands of kilometres. And they have to get really high to get into the jet stream. What carries them, where they can just put the wings out and it'll carry them to Africa. Look, see how good they are. Brilliant dogs, you know. I'm not sat here giving a little biscuits and a clicker to teach my dogs. My dogs are with me because I'm sort of with the dogs all the time, and they've just learned. But what it was, when I removed them other 2 dogs later on, all the fighting stopped. So what's happened is, those 2 dogs in the house, they was out here with the mum and dad. Then these come out, and what they did, they dominated. I've got actually a video in the garden. I mean, I look at the video and I'm a little bit pissed off by it, because when I think that I took on them 2 dogs, and it's like, I think you have to be sensible in your own right. I can explain. I shouldn't have had them other two dogs, because there's millions and thousands of dogs what need rescuing, and the truth be told, I had enough dogs. This was a family, and I should not have took another bloodline of a German Shepherd on. And like I said to you, the German Shepherds here, they're not like the ones in England. They're wild. They call them a VOD. They're wild. They are wild dogs. They are. They're just not the same. This is why they got the nickname Farkosh. They call them a wolf dog. Nothing to do with people. I'm not going on about people calling about wolf dogs. That's why my dogs look so different compared to the average German Shepherd. Yeah, Blackie. Look at Blackie. You like your Anya. You like your mum. So, what I was also going to say, this wasn't here either. This fencing wasn't here. So you can see what, as time went on, segregate, block, blocked everywhere. And that's what I had to do, and I did it. And do you know what? I did it at a massive expense, because that trellis, I don't know, I think even the wooden trellis was nearly 10,000 forints. I think they were 10. The wooden trellis was 10,000 forints. 10,000 forints, about 30 quid at the time, about 28 quid per panel. Now bear in mind, I wanted 30 metres, what go all the way around here. They demolished the whole lot, German Shepherds do, and it was nothing. It actually got nothing to do with them being blocked in. That's what they did as puppies, chew. So you know, I've done, regarding the dogs, I've kept the dogs at a massive expense really. And also, I'll give you a scenario. When my car went into a garage, I was talking to a guy there, and I don't know, well, I think he was under the boss, and he had one German Shepherd, and I think it was, right, okay, I think it was this guy. I don't know whether he was talking about the boss or he was talking about himself, but what happened was, he had one German Shepherd, the normal brown and tan one, and obviously when he went to work, there was no wife or anything, he was just a single bloke. When he went to work, as it was young, when he went to work, demolished his house, curtains, TV, everything, and then he got a cage. The dog ate its fucking way out of the cage, it's still demolished. Then the dog then was left in the garden, it demolished the fencing, got through the fence, and then it was roaming the streets, it was doing everything. Now the sad story to all that is, German Shepherds do like a lot of exercise, and I think that these dogs are content because they are outside. Look, for instance, I'm going to get like this, what I tried to explain on the YouTube. They've had the food, they're sitting down. That's irrelevant. That space is completely irrelevant. They're not interested. And what would happen is, if I did, obviously I can't do it because the parents, because now what they did, because of them two dogs, they turned on the dad, never turned on the mum. The mum is the only one what's never had a fight with any of the dogs. But let's just say that they was all getting on. If I had to open that gate, they would run berserk round the garden for about 2 minutes. Then they'd calm down and they'd all lie down under the weeping willow or somewhere in the garden where there's all the trees and bushes, and they'd just sleep all day. Then they'd get up, bit of water, sleep, probably go in the pond, wreck my pond, like German Shepherds, probably go in the pond. But they don't really do any, especially now they're older, they don't really do anything. Don't do any chewing, don't do anything. I mean, I've never even them dogs in the house, they've never wrecked anything. So, but the reason why I've not put any, I actually did go on my laptop, on my hard drive to look at some of the older videos, and I have got the older videos with the pond and all the dogs when they were puppies. I'll put the ones up with the parents playing with the two in the house. I'm sorry, but I can't, I'm not saying my mental state, but I know it's okay for people watching it, but I'm the one who's still got to edit. Well, I don't really need editing. These videos don't really need editing. So they were the earlier days when I didn't take YouTube quite as serious as I took it. I mean, I love it now. But the dogs was all playing in the garden and running around, and I can't bear to look at the female what died, hyena. I just can't. I just seen her on one of the videos just now. I had to close the laptop dead quick. So you have to look. I just can't. I can't physically do it. Maybe later on, I don't know. But right now, I can't do it. It's actually that bad. I can't even look at photos. She was a beautiful dog. So that's another reason why there's not many videos of the dogs when they're puppies running around. I've got videos which I've put up. There is some videos before she died which I put up, but you're not going to really know which one was hyena unless you really have a think and have a look and think, well, she's got really pointed ears. And she's the one, I don't know whether I've got a video, she used to cross her legs when she used to lie down. But now she's died, I've got other videos, now I'm taking YouTube more serious. And see, look, I even washed the concrete everywhere. I don't even like seeing ears. I like it to be really clean for the dogs. So that's the reason behind it. So there's no point in looking at the videos now and seeing what you see now, because that's not reality of it. Because yeah, it's reality, but I bought another property. I mean, this is another thing. It's what I tried to explain on there. I tried to explain to this lady. I've got no problem with you, whatever you comment, nothing. I'm happy for your comment, and you are right. Yeah, dogs do need space, a certain amount of dogs, and people do need to realise that they do. Having this probably area, what you see here, right? Yeah, there is room, and yeah, they are happy. But they do say that certain dogs need so many square meters. But I think it's not just for. See, this area here, it's not about running. I think it's to give the dogs their own space as well. But they're fine now. Big Kai, Oreo, Bear. But see, look, they're just happy. So, it's even. I mean, I wouldn't recommend. You get some people who watch videos and they say, "Oh, I'd love to have that man to be with that man to dogs, or that man to German shepherds, or that man to whatever." In reality, it's not really like that. I don't mistreat my dogs, right? So my dogs aren't scared of me. They're not scared of me. They don't have, they're not being mistreated. They're not. So if they wanted to fight, they would not fight to be scared of me. They'd still fight, but they're not scared of me. When I say not scared of me, I don't bully my dogs so that they all behave. They are what they are because they get love off me and often off my girlfriend. We're with them, they get cleaned, they get proper cleaning, they get cleaned up every morning, every evening. They get fed, they get cleaned up, there's no piss, there's nothing, there's no smell, there's nothing. And that is the reality of having all these dogs, unfortunately. It's not about. God, it's really hard to explain. It's basically like working at a zoo. We say this. It's like working at a zoo, but you're not getting paid for it. To a degree. The mess isn't going to clean up on its own. There's 9 dogs now, whether it's the 2 in the house or 2 at the front, all got to be cleaned up. The shit's got to be cleaned up, go into the drainage, washed away. It is. It's not a job for everybody. I mean, in reality, this life, it's turned into it's sort of like it's not a hobby, the family and but it's took away, how can I say, it's took away the hobby from my cars. My cars was like a bit of a pastime for me. I've always had nice cars and fast cars back in the day. Don't matter whether them cars and now are nothing compared to cars now, but the classics, a lot of all them cars I had were classics now. They'd be worth thousands. You know, I've had 147 GTAs, Mark 1 Golf with 16 valve engines, R32 with 300 brake horsepower conversions. I've had all sorts. But now, that's all have to go on the back burner because my life now is evolving around the dogs. But it's not going to change anything regarding my YouTube because I'll always have my nice cars. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what car I'm getting next, but that Mercedes, this one, will always have this one. So this one's not going anywhere completely. But I am going to England to fetch another car. And all I will let you know is, so only people in the know will know what it is. It's 580 brake horsepower. Well, I think it's 586 horsepower stock. Now, anybody who knows what I'm on about knows. And the four-wheel drive. Now, you're not only somebody in the know will know. But there's no problem getting them up to 700, 800. Some of them are 1,000 horsepower. Some are 900 horsepower. And what I'm going to let you know is, no, it's not Japanese. What I like, and it's German. The key to it all is the car what's in the garage. So I am getting one of them, and it's a saloon. So there's another clue. It's a saloon car, because I like my big cars. And my girlfriend's just going to have to drive it, or she'll have to just get they'll probably have a little Fiat 500 convertible, I don't know. So yeah, so you see, what you have to think is, the naughty thing on YouTube is, when you do YouTube, people really, to get the best out of YouTube, you have to specifically concentrate on like a subject. Because then when people Google it, they know, like if I just did German Shepherds, it'd be just German Shepherds. But I'm juggling with my life. It's about my life. So I've got mental illness, German Shepherds, cars, house renovation, life living in Hungary, travel, food. So now that is not the way. That is not the way to do YouTube. I don't need to tell you that. You know that. That is not. But I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change, so all I'm going to say to you is, you are going to get all them things. So, my car's going, my Mercedes is going into have its MOT and have its Hungarian plates put on July the 14th. Then all these dogs I'll be transferring to the other house. Now that's not going to be an easy task. One, all the dogs aren't getting on. I wouldn't even attempt to put 4 of these in the car, even though there's I don't know, I probably could. Because normally I put 2 on the back seat. And then I always put 2 in the boot. I think these would be alright. So I would travel. I might even get the mum and dad and them 2, because them 2 in the house, they actually go on the veranda now at the front, you know. Don't open it up. I don't open it up because I don't want any conflict. But they do. The female smells the mum, and the mum licks. So the mum don't want any problems with anything. It's just Hunter, the boy, and the dad. But they've touched noses, but you have to be careful. But I'm not going to even take the risk. So I probably could get them 2 in the boot and 2. I've got an estate car, E-Class by the way, so yes, there's loads of room. I could get them 2 in the boot and 2 on the seat. So that could be one journey. Then I probably could I'd probably do it with 3 journeys, being safe, 3 journeys. It's a long way in it, so it's 1,200 kilometres just moving the dogs. I don't really want to get pet travel because I don't know whether there are to be in it here, I don't know. They might start pulling up at service garages and I don't want to stress the dogs because they think I'm getting rid of them. So, I mean, so what I've got to do, I'm going to have to either get my girlfriend at the other house, while I move, I'll have to do all this in one day. So it means starting early, moving the dogs, or my girlfriend's probably going to have to go to the other house for a couple of days, because she's going to have to come back here, because the house has got to be sold, and there's everything else has got, there's so much work's got to be done here still, tidying up, which we can't really do yet because of all the dogs, because really we need to open everywhere up to move things out, the oppressor, the bar, what's at the back, that's full of wood, everything. So the dogs have got to be moved first. So really what I need to do, I need to be at the other house with the dogs. Got to get the field cut, that's another thing, the field's going to be massive, isn't it? So the field's got to be cut, so I've got to get I'm going to have to get 1 hectare, so it's going to have to be quite a powerful, it's either going to have to be self-propelled petrol, or we'll have to get one of those small tractors. But even them, still looking at, I think for one reliable one, I'm still looking at £1,500, you know, £1,500 a minimum. This is the life of a farmer boy. We ain't got loads of animals, you know. So that's got to get that sorted out. You see, I've got the fencing at the back, but then at the front. So the fencing at the back of the field at the back, that's separated. So these are going to have that. And then I've got a big area at the front, which is bigger than all this, at the grass. And that's also got a big fencing with a gate, 2 gates, big gate for a tractor to go through, and a small gate. So that will be separated, and that will be for the mum and dad. And I'm going to put the mum and dad and the other two will be there at the front. And then what I've got to do is, I've got loads of work, the horse houses, which are at the back, I am going to have to sort of convert a doorway or archway onto them for the dogs what are living in the field, for them to go into that house as well. Because in winter time, we do like this. This is boiling hot in winter. Got all massive pipes in there for the boilers. That's the cellar. So yes, like I said, dogs. It's okay, dogs living outside, but you've got to give them the opportunity of being warm. You can't just expect them to be out in minus. I mean, I've been here. It's been minus 35 here. You know, but then the last 2 years have been mild. I mean, I think minus 10, the odd minus 10 or minus 15 is nothing to what it usually has been here. When I came in 2016, it was like minus 20, 25 nearly every day. I mean, we had some thick snow then. Thick. I wish I were taking YouTube more serious then, because I had a sort of break from YouTube. I put a couple of videos up and didn't do it, but there were so many videos I could have put up what would have been really interesting. I have got a video where I did walk Suki, the mum, when I just had the mum, to the centre. Snow was so thick. But look how well behaved they are. Look. I've not sat there with a clicker and anything like that, not had any of that. They're just good dogs. They just need to be treated. It's all about treating the dogs with respect, and they'll respect you. And yeah, I did have problems in the early days, but like I said to you, that was the problem. I took 2 dogs, different blood. Listen, a lot of you don't even know this. You know, some dogs, German Shepherds, can smell up to kilometres away, 10 kilometres away. They can smell. Why do you think so many male dogs get run over? Do you know why male dogs get run over? Because they'll just run across roads, like especially here. They'll just run across roads. They'll travel for a mile, no problem. Just have sex with a female. See, the problem's out here. It's not like England. We have dogs in England, and when we get the dog, it's already been neutered. Out here, people don't neuter the dogs. A lot of them don't. I'm not going to say that everybody, but especially like in this area, with these gypsies, they're not interested, because that to them it's money. They ain't got the money. There's no work out here. So the last thing they shouldn't even have dogs, to be honest with you. But I'm not going to get into that. That's another subject. You know, because what happens is, I will be honest, which is cruel, and it'll upset a lot of you. I know, even neighbours here. I know one neighbour. When the dog got ill, just put it down, and it wasn't ill as in ill. Didn't have cancer or anything where it's going to die. It was a problem what just needed an operation. Basically to do with its back end. Its back end come out a little bit, and I know it's dangerous. But he just put the dog down, and it's just like he didn't want to upset, he didn't want anything. I mean, my mental state with what's going on in my head, I dread every single day, every morning, coming out to these dogs. Because of what happened with the other dog. That fear and anxiety, horrible. So every day I've got anxiety every single morning, and that is why I'm constantly looking out the window. Hey up there, you come see me again. Yeah. See ya. Just a minute. So this is why I'm saying to you another thing. So it's like with people with me, right? People look at me because I've got all tattoos all over me, and because they think that I've had fights and I'm not scared of having conflict and everything like that. But what you all don't realise, probably some of you might realise, I actually don't want conflict. And actually, inside my skin, I'm fragile. And people don't understand that. The reason why I'm the way I am, yeah, it is to do with my childhood. That is no denying it. But I've had that much conflict as a child. I've also got a lot of remorse inside of me, where I don't want to be. All people I've had problems with in the past, I never wanted any of that. And this is people have just, what it is people of word of mouth, and people say things, but that doesn't really, it doesn't give you the true feelings of a person inside. I don't want problems with people. I'd rather have a happy life and everybody have a laugh and a joke. That's me. I like to have a joke. I'm a bit of a jokey person as well. Anybody can be serious and get pissed off and whatever. But I mean, I know that whatever circumstances or whether it's just the way you are, but there is people who are just naturally miserable people in life. I mean, I can't mix with them kind of people, miserable people who are completely miserable. I can't, because they put that so much negative and toxicity into my head and make me feel I just can't be around them people. I'm not just talking on the own again then. I'm not just talking about toxic people, I'm talking about people who are just not happy with life. I mean I'm struggling with every single day and every hour and every minute, every second I'm struggling, right, with what's going on in my head. And a lot of people don't realise how bad it is, because even doctors can't put the finger on what's wrong with me. Now, all I'm going to say is, I've got like a mixture of I think of a personality disorder, manic depression, bipolar. I've had so many people saying so many different things that I'm this and I'm that. I don't know what's up with me. I really don't. I know I've got anger issues, clearly got anger issues. And I've also got some kind of, I'm not saying I take things the wrong way. When I feel that it's slight bit of conflict, straight away I'm on edge and I'm very defensive, which I need to really break that cycle really. And it's, look, now they're going into the shade. So there's Kai. See, they've got their own space. See how Ario's lying down now with his legs folded. There's Star. That, exactly how he's lying down now, that is exactly how Star, Hyena, the one who died, used to lie down. Exactly the same as him. There, Star. They're beautiful. See, look, they know they know my dad's there. Of course they do. They can smell it. They know. But you see, they're not going at the fence. Now, I've got to explain to you. The two dogs in the house, these dogs absolutely hate them. Hate them. I mean, when I say hate them, you just won't even describe how much they hate them. And then you've got the two at the front where these know that that's the parents, and they've just sort of knew that. They know they're separated, but they're not at the fence, they're not barking, they're not doing anything. They can smell him. The parents, they're not at the fence, there's a bit of a gap there where the post is. Parents aren't there, they're over there, because the mum don't like to upset the dogs. The mum wants to be alright with the dogs, but I just can't. But I know that them two are happy together like husband and wife, Erdie and the mum. So, who's this? Sometimes I can't even remember. Are you Blacker? Are you Blacker? Are you Bear? That's Blacker. So Blacky's got his own space. Kai's there, Star's there, Oria's there, and Bear's there. Why don't you come round here, Jeddah? Look, they're all here. Where you come? Do you want a unit? We'll fix it in the garage. That's it, you fix it there. You lie down there. Obviously they don't understand lie down. I've talked on lie down, I've talked to them in Hungarian, but I talk a bit of Hungarian, talk a bit of English because I just do it for the video. But they haven't got a clue what I say in English. They completely don't understand. Look, watch this. For instance, I'm going to say ball. Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Anybody seen the ball? Bear. Yeah, I'll just watch. Bear. Have you seen the ball? Not got a clue. Now watch this. Over a lobster. See, look, he's a little bit perky now. Now he's going to think. Bear. Over a lobster. No, he's thinking. He just wants to get it. Lobster's a ball. Over is where it is. There it is. Just. Yeah. There's lobster. Frog make a lobster. See? No, you see her? There it is. There's lobster. So, you know, although I talk British, although I talk English sometimes a lot on the camera, this is why all my brain gets muddled. I talk it because of my videos. No point in just talking Hungarian. You're not going to understand a word I say, are you? So I sort of mix it up. You know, nice fresh water in there, look. That's what they want. Let's get some in here. So, yeah, so I did this, the lady, I assume you're a lady, no negativity or anything, so that's why I did this video specifically for you, to just try and explain to you, because it's, that video you looked at, obviously I've not looked, but it's quite a popular video now, and it's not the reality of really what the problem was. I mean, just look at them. Look. It's not these dogs what are the problem. These get on. Look, fine. These are a pack. And the two what I adopted, a different bloodline. What I mean bloodline, they've got different blood from a different family. So they're not accepted. What they've done, they made the problem worse. Instead of bowing down a little bit and accepting, but I didn't expect him to bow down because they were also puppies as well, little dogs. I'll get the video with the dad, but obviously it's a winter video because they were playing in the snow. So you'll see how small they were when they came here. But obviously the video still don't tell the true story because they was actually smaller than what they were, so they were really small. They're only little puppies. When I took them on, but it just is that these aren't stupid. They know. They just know. Obviously, because they was all together in the house and they were growing up together. And as soon as they proper mixed, it just clashed. So it's not these what problem. These have never actually had a fight amongst themselves, really. Always been involved with the other two dogs. So really, when you think about it, you know, there's so many people who's had problems where you can't keep German Shepherd siblings together because they don't work, yet I'm proof that it does work. This is proof that it does work. But, and these have got the room. They've got room here. They've got room here. They've got room here. Look, they're just not interested. They're not interested. I told you. I can go, listen, I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. And I'm going to say this before I get to the other house. I've got massive field, right? God, massive field in the other house. You have to just watch my video. I can tell you now that these dogs, when they're in that field, they're not going to go anywhere. They're going to have a sniff around, claim the territory, piss wherever, do the whole field, walk, run. The only times they will use that whole field, I would say, because I will be doing it, because obviously the circumstances will be different to here. I'll be able to properly play with the dogs. Because I've got the two in the house, it's a bit difficult because I have to go back in the house to the other two dogs. Because I've got a girlfriend in there, and she can't go to shops or do anything. So even me and my girlfriend, we haven't done anything together because we're babysitting the two in the house. Because not because they'll do anything in the house, they'll piss these dogs off. They'll come to the window up there and everything else. It just causes problems. So it will be a completely different scenario at the other house. But I can tell you now, these dogs will still probably spend all the time at the top fence towards the house when they've got a massive field. I just know that, and I'm saying that before I even get there, because I know. And it's the same how they are now. I can go and do that garden. They probably would go in the garden because they do love grass, don't they? Dogs love grass. But they just go to sleep and relax. But that's what animals do. Animals spend a lot of time sleeping. So, anyway, I'll end the video there. I need to do a mental illness video really about my tablets and whatever. Obviously I've stopped them now, so I think that's causing me a few problems. So enjoy the rest of your day. So it's Monday. It was 7:30 when I did this video. Boiling hot, as it normally is. Clear skies everywhere. So yeah. So please like, subscribe, write comments if you want to comment, and there's going to be a load of mixed bag videos come. So, like I said to you, as difficult as my channel can sometimes be regarding the mixed bag, I'm not going to change it. I'm still going to keep it on my life and exactly what's going. So you're going to get a lot. Because the car videos, once I get to the other house, I'm doing Boloton, I'm going to go into Europe, I'm going to Germany, I'm going everywhere, all over the place, everywhere. I'm going to go away for like a day, every week. I'm going to try and go away for a day, and I'm going to do a video and stay in a hotel. So I'll be able to give you some real good reviews on things like that, restaurants, places, cities, Vienna. I'm going all over the place. But I'm also going to go to places where some people probably won't go. I'm going to go into some of the little villages. There's nothing at the window. So he's looking at he just barked at the window. You're going to piss yourself, that window. See, there's no window in there. There's no window. The problem with this house is, if you get a bit of wind and the glass is crap, the glass here is crap, it's like a wind turbine, it's like a wind tunnel. Everything, if you've got like a door open downstairs, like proper plastic double glazing, they're on like a ratch, what's like that, so they don't, when you obviously have had the wind where they shut them, they'll close, but they're not go with a real loud clonk. They sort of go, whoosh. Like I've had it with mum's house where my bedroom window's shut, but it's not a big slam, where these are walled, when they slam, end up cracking the glass, or smashing. I told you, I've had storms here where I've had a door actually come off. One year, if you look back on my videos, that storm video, that's hilarious. A door come off then, smashed all the glass, everything. So yeah, so that's completely smashed. So in fact, I've got that one, and I've got another window, 2 windows I've got to get fixed due to wind. The house is just, I don't know what it is. You open the downstairs door, then you have an upstairs window open. You just feel the big wind come right through the house. It's horrible. So, I mean, somebody will love this house. I mean, I don't really want. I don't really want to. I don't like this town anymore. I don't like this area anymore. Can't tell. I prefer a lot better where I am, the other house. But if it wasn't for the dogs, What I'd do is probably just stay here and just spend time in England and keep coming backwards and forwards. But because of the dogs, I have to spend more time here, and I'm upset with the fact that I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands in that garden. I've got wildlife, I've got stork comb. I don't really want to turn my back on any of it. And I would say in probably 3 years, 3 years time, that garden's going to look fantastic. Whoever has this house, they're going to have a fantastic garden. Wait till all them trees proper grow. It's going to look amazing. And obviously they won't have to have fences everywhere either. But look at all the lovely creepers I've got. They're going all up the presser. They've got a bar here. This used to be, that was a full, although it was an house, like a bungalow house, it was a full bar. You have to imagine it, there used to be a pathway, what used to go across the big garden. There was another gate there, had a big sign, Diofa. Diofa is walnut. So it was a walnut bar. It's hard to say it because it's called Diofa. So this was a massive bar. Like, loads of people used to come in, gypsies. It was full. Cars used to park all on the streets. Music blaring. They had this. They had one where the weekend houses are. They had a pub there, which was a weekend house, but was a bar. My family used to go there. My dad's been here. I didn't really, because I was a bit younger, I didn't really mix with any of the bars really. All the bars. I didn't come to this one. I might have come, and I can't remember. And they used to do all the sandwiches at the back there. There used to be a gate there. They used to do hot food, pizzas, chicken, grill, pizza, hot sandwiches in general. They did everything, ice cream, sweets, bubble gum, everything. Hot cold drinks, 'cause it was a bar, music on. Then at the bus station, they had a sandwich bar there with hot coffees for people. Yeah, they had a lot of businesses, these days. The mum and dad was a proper chef. In Mishkoltz, they had restaurants. I don't know why they come here, shouldn't have come here. But it was different in the 80s. Give it to me. My girlfriend's there having a laugh at me. Now, try not laugh at my artwork. Right, I found a bit of clay off her lads. So I sat on the veranda yesterday thinking I'm Tony fucking Hart. Before you see it right, I don't know laughing. And I used to be a fantastic artist at school. I used to be brilliant at drawing. I could draw. I think my artist era is finished. So I sat there with this bit of clay and thought I'd try and do a German Shepherd head. Are you ready for this? Do not laugh. Does it look like an horse? It's got like a pig nose on it. I did try. Amazing. So what I'm doing, we'll leave it in the sun and let it set. Probably be alright with a bit of paint on it, wouldn't it? I didn't get to full detail because I came inside, but it's sort of there, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah, I'll let you know what you think. Anyway, everybody, enjoy your Monday. Lovely weather here. Enjoy your day at work. Be safe, be good. Everybody around the world, look after yourselves. And I'll see you on my next video. Don't forget, like, subscribe. Please subscribe, and please, I want to get the views. I really need to do well. See you soon.